Hey BBs, it's Max, and today I'm back with you guys for another video. How are we all doing today? I hope we're all doing super fierce. In today's video, y'all, we have to sit down and Ghoulchat and talk about the Bratz Mean Girls Katie Harrison drop that was today. Today is October 3rd, 2024, as I'm filming this video, and this video might not be the super positive Ghoulchat that I usually try to do. I haven't really made a video where I've been like really upset about something in a while, and I don't like to make these types of videos, but as we are here, I want to sit down and talk to you guys because I think today was a really interesting day for the Bratz community. It's a day that I imagined this release and drop going so much differently. I mean, I knew it was going to be definitely a thing that sold out, and I knew it was going to be something that was really popular, but it was maybe too popular. But yeah, okay. But a little bit of backstory and a little bit of information today. Obviously, you guys check the title and the thumbnail so you kind of know what's happening. But the Bratz was releasing a Mean Girls collection that was super limited edition on the Bratz.com website, and yeah, clearly it did very well. Katie sold out today in like a minute, I think. I had myself and my mom both trying to get the doll, and neither of us were successful. I didn't really see that many collectors actually be able to get the dolls, besides like 3 of my friends maybe, and like a lot of the bots got them, a lot of resellers got them, and a lot of weird like TikTokers got them. And I just wanted to talk about this rollout of this launch because I think it's really interesting. I think it's really interesting the aftermath of how Bratz, the PR team, is managing and how they're talking to fans. I think it's also really interesting to see that some of the people who I personally really think that deserved PR didn't get PR. So I just want to kind of have, again, an open discussion here and a safe space for everyone who maybe have been disappointed by the launch, because I have been very disappointed by the launch. And I just want to chat out with you guys. I think always talking about kind of things make me feel better, even if it is something very trivial first world problem like not getting a Bratz doll. And again, I'm making this video as someone who's very privileged and lucky to have the doll collection I have. I'm very grateful for the collection, and I want to state that right now because I don't want it to be like I'm making this whole video because I didn't get one doll and the world's gonna end and da-da-da-da. Again, I am very grateful for the collection, but I just again want to talk about this because I hope it's not an issue that kind of reoccurs with the Bratz brand, because I think if it does, then it's gonna be the fall of them. And I just want to, obviously, if I have a platform, to try to talk about it and try to talk about my issues, because I don't know, I think it's, again, not just me who's going through it today. It was a lot of the other collectors. Again, a safe space for everyone who didn't get the dolls. And if you guys did get the dolls, I want to have you join and talk with you guys too, because I think this collection is definitely eye-opening for Bratz. I had, like, notes. I've been upset about this all day today. I know it's very trivial to be upset about a doll, but it really just did make me very upset to see like the current state of the doll community. A lot of that is because of resellers. So the first issue that I have with this drop is that literally there are so many eBay and mercarri listings, and I feel like, again, like we've had this conversation with Mattel Creations like a million times. Like Mattel Creations has been doing this gig since 2020, so like it's really not that serious, but like I feel like Mattel Creations like understood this demand, I think, in the last recent years. Ever since, I want to say, like Honkator Wave 1, I think they've definitely been upping their quantity size. At least I've been noticing a lot more people have been able to get the collector dolls that they want. I feel like we haven't had as many. I'm gonna knock on wood actually, because I think Hocus Pocus drops tomorrow or whatever, but I feel like a lot of the collectors have been having a lot better luck with the quantity size, at least for Mattel Creations. So I know that I've been very lucky for Mattel Creations in the past. I feel like I've gotten most of the drops I've really wanted. So again, like from my point of view as a Monster High collector, I feel like they've really upped their quantity size, and they've actually been listening to the fans. The issue that I have with the Bratz drop is that Bratz didn't really listen to their fans. I feel like the reason why this drop is so confusing to a lot of people, because Bratz has been making so many poor business decisions within the last couple of years. We've seen every single failed avenue for Bratz. Like, let's get it like right. Like, we see them flop with the Hot Topic release back in 2021 with the first reproduction anniversary dolls. With the first reproduction dolls, those dolls were so hard to get in the first like summertime. Like, they really only became available in fall, which is really annoying as an earlier Bratz collector, because like I really wanted those dolls and they just took forever to come out. I want to add to the 2021 point of like back in the Hot Topic releases that Bratz would give us no sort of information when every single one of these drops would be like confusing, not very available, and very like randomly stocked. They would never give us any sort of information. This happened with the Girls Night Out dolls, this happened with the Rock Angels, and this happened with the 2021 reproductions. And again, I think they kind of did better recently. Like, I've been telling us like dates and times, but I feel like at the same time, like The Bratz brand has been very, like, confusing in the terms of how they communicate to the fans. I feel like the communication is really bad. And then we saw the issue with Rock Angels and those reproductions, and I honestly thought the Rock Angels dolls would be like the end of Bratz as we knew it, because those dolls were really ugly. But like, as a Bratz fan and as a collector, we obviously stuck with the dolls. We stuck with the repros and the new line because we thought and wanted them to be better, and they eventually did become better after that line. We've stuck with all this horrible pixelated faces. I feel like we've been with the Bratz since Talkin' Bratz, if y'all remember that, like when they did 2 episodes and they were like, never mind. Also with the Always Bratz season 2, the like little TikTok videos we got last year, there's supposed to be season 2, still haven't gotten that. And also like the Bratz brand like recently has just been making like weird decisions with like the lines they reproduce. And just in recent times, I feel like the Bratz community has been begging for iconic lines to be reproduced, like Tokyo Go-Go, Princess, even Sweet Dreams have been really cool, but this year they decided to do Slumber Party. I just feel like they don't understand their audience. I feel like they continue to listen to us and they see what we talk about. They see us in these communities, and it's not hard for you to kind of get the idea and the general consensus of what the Bratz community wants. I mean, we're everywhere. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We're literally everywhere. I feel like, again, like if you even went on eBay and saw like the highest priced Bratz dolls that you could buy, like live in concert never, you would think that, oh, like let's make a reproduction of those dolls, the dolls that people are spending $500 on, and they did that. They did that last year with the Felicia doll. They did that with the season 3 reproduction doll. They did that with Campfire Felicia. Amazing step in the right direction. And then this year they did Slumber Party, which people have been talking about how much they don't care about Slumber Party for the entire time, but there was never ever any hype for Slumber Party. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, there's never been anyone who's like, I really need a Slumber Party reproduction Chloe, like, because Chloe's everywhere. If y'all like took the time to realize, the only reason people want Bratz reproductions is because the dolls, the original ones, are so hard to get, and Slumber Party is not a hard to get line. I feel like they also just don't listen to us, because again, we've been talking about how we don't like the UV head sculpt since they introduced the UV head sculpt in Rock Angels, and they started using it again back within the last year since Always Bratz and the Slumber Party reproductions, and it just proves to me again and again and again that they do not listen to us. And as a brand and as a company, I think you should be listening to the fans on what we want and what we don't want, because at the end of the day, we're the ones buying it. Hello. I feel like honestly a lot of the fans have been talking about reproductions being boring since Rock Angels, but they keep doing them for some reason, and I feel like Bratz as a brand is so much stronger than just reproduction. So like, I know this is kind of getting off topic to what we're talking about now again, because the Mean Girls was a whole new line, but I feel like from Bratz, again, from the last 3 years, I just feel like they haven't been listening to fans, and that's kind of where the issue that I have right now kind of really stems from, is I feel like we've been telling them that we want new playline, and they kind of gave it to us with Always Bratz, but they didn't really push for Always Bratz. I feel like Always Bratz really aged like milk because they didn't do anything with them. They didn't market them, they didn't have the TV show, they didn't have a music video, they didn't have anything to really make them good, and I feel like that's kind of why, like, even like the quality control issues on the Always Bratz dolls, I feel like every single Always Bratz doll looks different from the rest, and it kind of just tore people away from them and honestly left a really bad taste in people's mouth. I just feel like that drop was also, again, mass produced. We also saw the Kylie Jenner dolls. The Kylie Jenner dolls can't even sell for $5. The Kylie Jenner dolls are going to be flooding our targets for the next month. But the way that they literally made a million Kylie Jenner dolls, but they made only a couple of the Mean Girls dolls makes no sense to me. And that's kind of why I'm like confused as to how outdated the Bratz brand is to, again, make Kylie Jenner, the girl who's not been relevant since 2018 lip kits, the giant focus of the Bratz brand all last year. That was their big thing last year, was Kylie Jenner dolls, and you overproduce them, and then you're not going to produce the Mean Girls line. Mean Girls has been relevant forever. I don't think it's ever like been like it's always been a popular movie. So I feel like knowing that Mean Girls is having the 20th anniversary this year, that Mean Girls just had that live action movie, knowing that Mean Girls is this iconic 2000s chick flick thing, and your Bratz, you're also an iconic Y2K brand, I feel like you would have, let's put 2 and 2 together. We're making these dolls $60 each. That's already overpriced for a doll. Like, no shade. I think, again, the $60 wasn't bad for them compared to other collector dolls from other brands. But, like, okay, like, we're making this doll. Bratz dolls used to cost, like, what, $10? Bratz dolls are not hard dolls to produce. They're plastic dolls. Like, it's not like we're using, like, gold and crazy materials. Like, it's Bratz dolls. Like, again, I'm giving them that $60. I'm giving them that, and I'm letting them have it. Why would y'all make such a limited quality on this? Like, y'all chose for the Mean Girls collection, again, the collection, the movie collection that people have been wanting, have been asking for literal years for you to collaborate, you decided to make literally such a small unit that we all had people fighting in your comments, had people begging for a restock, having people email you, having people beg these eBay resellers to stop reselling them because you made such a small quantity. I think these companies must be allergic to money, or maybe it's some sort of a weird marketing strategy that like, oh, if we make these limited edition collections, then everyone's gonna, be in love with us again. Like, that's not how it works. I feel like they're allergic to money because like, if you really, really wanted your bag, you would have made more of these dolls. And I don't understand what the appeal is in this super limited edition collection because it just stresses everybody out. I don't think anybody wins from owning a super limited edition collection. All my Monster High dolls, I love them. I love the limited edition ones, but I don't touch them because they're so limited edition. I can't get a new one. Like, I don't think anybody enjoys this. And again, this has been an issue with Sentimental Creations. Like, nobody, I've been talking about how much I hate collector dolls, I hate limited edition dolls for such a long time because they're so, like, boring. That's such a boring way to want to buy a doll. I don't want to have to buy a doll. Like, I don't want to have to feel the need to buy a doll because she's going to go out of stock the next day and I'll never get her. That's not fun to me. That's not really collecting. That's more overconsumption. And I've definitely done that a lot with my Monster High collection and a lot of my other collections as well. I'm not going to deny that, but it's just like a really boring and bland marketing technique, especially when this collection, the Mean Girls Bratz collection, is so juicy on its own. Like, if you literally would have produced those like the Kylie Jenner dolls, they would have actually sold out because, again, the movie's relevant, the characters are relevant, and they actually look like good dolls. That's why I'm mad. Sorry, I'm cutting in again. I have a lot of things to say. I don't think I got it all together. But I just think, I wish that they had more, hope in this collection at least, because maybe maybe they didn't have enough hope. Maybe they saw the Kylie Jenner collection flop, and they're like, let's make 3 dolls again, because we don't know how much it's gonna do. I wish they had hope that the Bratz Mean Girls dolls would sell out, because, again, it's a formula for success, and I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over again, but, again, I don't understand, like, how they win in the end. Let's just say they made 1,000 units. I have no idea how many units they made, but it could not have been that many if they sold out in a minute. Like, I promise you, that glitchy website, like, I've been on the website, and the website's already glitchy. Like, I cannot imagine any more than 1,000 people, or maybe all the bots took them up. Maybe all the bots bought them up, and maybe that's why they sold out in a minute. But, like, genuinely, like, if you guys just made more, and maybe if you guys make a pre-order, maybe you guys reopen the thing and be like, oh, we'll make this many quantities and it'll be shipped out in a year and like whatever. I feel like that would make so much more sense than like what they're doing now of like, yes, there's hype for it, but you can't do anything with it. Yeah, like you have hype for the Mean Girls Bratz, but what are they gonna do? The collectors go buy the $500 ones on eBay? That doesn't make sense, because how are you going to profit? How are you, MJ, and how are you, Bratz Brand, going to make any money on this hype that goes nowhere? It's just going to dissolve, it's going to fizzle out, and you're going to be left with nothing. That's exactly what happened to Monster High Crew Productions. I mean, they're low-key eating that up now. They're restocking the Monster High Crew Productions. But, like, I just don't understand, like, this marketing technique. It doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like it just makes fans upset, and it makes you less money. You could have made so much more money if you just made more of these dolls. That's my thought. Another thought that I want to add in quickly into this little tangent adding in is that if you guys are buying the dolls from the resellers, you're very weak and very stupid, because do not spend $200 on this doll. Do not spend $500 on this doll. Do not spend $2,000. I've seen people spend $2,000 on the Bratz Katie Harrison doll. This doll is not, like, she's cute, trust me. She's very cute, she's very tea, but I think you guys are really dumb if you guys are supporting resellers, because if you support the resellers, they're going to keep coming back with every Bratz drop, and it's getting worse. So please do not buy from these resellers. I'm begging you guys. I'm on my hands and I'm on my knees. Do not buy from these eBay resellers. You are wasting your money, you're wasting your time, and you're playing in your face, because you're playing with your money, and you look like an idiot. You look like a fool spending double, triple, quadruple on these dolls. I'm being nice. I'm being that older sister that you need, because I've been collecting dolls as an adult for 4 years. I've been collecting dolls as total for like 14 years, no, 10 years maybe as total this year. I don't remember the math. I don't know. Maybe it'll be 10 years next year. I don't know. But I've seen dolls come and go, and I promise you guys, I sit with me and hold my hand with this. I promise you guys, you are not going to enjoy this doll for $200. You're going to look like a fool. We've all been there. We've all been early collectors, and I've spent $60 on my original Nephra, and then the next day I see her for $40. You will do it. I promise you guys now, do not buy these dolls, because the price is not worth it. I promise you guys. Again, hold my hand when I say this. It will be okay. Do not let the resellers win, because if they win, they're going to continue to take from us, and they're going to continue to exploit the community. don't do it. Stop doing it. I've spent so much stupid money on these resellers, and I've wasted my money, and I've seen the doll go cheaper the next day. I hold my hand. Don't buy them. Don't take that out of your cart. Don't buy it. Don't bid on the $1,500 Bratz doll. You do not need it. Hold my hand. Let's go buy a Monster High G3 doll. Caddy Noir is on the shelf. She's better anyway. Sorry, that was kind of like a lot of word vomit, but yeah, I just feel like, again, like, if somebody at MGA, if someone had their brain working, they would realize that there would be more demand for this. So then, okay, there's a lot of demand. Let's make some more. Let's make a lot of these dolls. Let's make so many of these dolls because it's Mean Girls. Like, again, like, Mean Girls is really tea. Like, that's a really tea movie. Like, everybody loves Mean Girls. Nobody likes Kylie Jenner. I don't know who. And I'm really blaming all this on that Kylie Jenner collaboration, because that really was not tea. Like, that was really, it was fun for the moment. Like, don't get me wrong, I bought my Kylie Jenner set, but they're not on display right now because they kind of aged like milk. I don't know, like, I don't like Kylie Jenner as a person, and I didn't really care about her when she did the thing, but now she's doing some questionable things, and I'm like, okay, girl, bye. But I'm blaming all this limited edition stuff on the Kylie Jenner flop, because that's, like, what else do I have to blame it on? Like, that was her last, like, limited edition collector stuff. And I don't know, it just makes me upset that, again, the one thing they could have done right, like, the one thing that they've actually done good since the Lola collection, they made literally 4 of them. I want to talk about PR very quickly, because I don't want to, like, say that I think the PR list should be changed, and there's people who I think deserve PR lists more than the people who got it. But I'm gonna say the people in the Bratz community, like the actual doll collectors who have truly been the backbone of the Bratz community since every single failed attempt at doing something, like every single time Bratz has been a really, you know, just flop with the dolls. Like, girls who've been really with the Bratz brand for even the ups and downs didn't get PR is really crazy to me. Like, I just want to shout out really quickly Bratz the World and Fish Trust, Serena and Sig Bunny, because without Sig Bunny and Fish Trust and those, like, boy wash videos back in the day, I would not be collecting Bratz. I feel like for a line drop this big, you should have had more doll collectors besides the 3. There's what, like 2 doll collectors on the PR list that I've seen, and both of them. It's very weird that, again, the people, in my opinion, maybe it's not, maybe I'm a very niche part. Again, I'm not saying that I deserve PR. I'm just saying that there's people who I genuinely think that deserve the PR for, again, keeping the Bratz brand alive, and they're not getting it. And I think it's crazy to me because Bratz almost, like, doesn't like that they're a doll brand, I feel like, sometimes, because they're sending these packages, and again, it's no shade to the people who got them. Again, it's really cool, but, like, the people who don't talk about dolls, the people who don't talk about Bratz, the people who don't even acknowledge dolls, are getting these boxes. It feels like a slap in the face for the community, and that's kind of, again, my biggest issue with this drop. Is it's not just that I feel like, oh, I'm victimized because I didn't get the doll. It's that, like, I went through the Bratz comments pages, and they're just being rude to the fans. I think they should honestly just ignore it just for the time being, because I think that's gonna be easier. But instead, they're, like, responding to the hate comments, which is kind of interesting. Like, I don't mind them clapping back, but I think the clapback kind of, like, energy isn't really necessary here, because you're talking to fans who want to spend their money on your product. They're talking to the people who've, again, been with your brand for a while. Like, these are collectors being upset they cannot buy collector dolls. Like, we see the issue here. And just some of the ones that I saw today, I took some screenshots because I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting. Someone said, since she sold out, will we be restocking? Bratz said no, but we have Regina and Gretchen plus Karen coming soon. That's a really weird thing to me to respond to say. Like, I feel like you could have said no in a nicer way. That's okay that they're not restocking the dolls. I mean, again, it makes no sense in my brain because, again, Mean Girls is the big thing, and you decided you're allergic to money all of a sudden, and now you hate your fans and you want all the bots to win. Because, again, there's more listings on eBay, I feel like, than I saw actual collectors get the doll, which is, again, just upsetting to me. And I feel like you should be nice to your fans, because these are the fans who are keeping you relevant. These are the fans who are buying your horrible Ross merchandise, like the fans who are buying, like, the dolls. Like, I just feel like you should be nicer to them. And being like, no, but come back for the other dolls is crazy to me, because, like, I don't want the other dolls now. Now that I've seen how you treated the community with just Katie, and how you guys have been using these stupid little, like, Mean Girls emojis and so fetch, you're on my burn book, or whatever they're doing, and, like, whatever. Like, I just feel like it's, like, tacky. Like, I don't want to support the brand if you're not going to care about your fans. And I'm not saying, like, these brands and companies have to care about us. Like, again, we're always going to be just a number in their books. We're always going to be a sales deadline or something, or whatever. And I'm okay with that. But I just want to pretend that you pretend to care about me, that you want to give us the products that you actually are high quality and you actually care about and you put passion into. Because, again, this is a cool thing for Bratz, because, again, they have finally started stepping out of their bubble of reproductions in whatever. They've only been doing reproductions this year besides Always Bratz. And I feel like once we finally got that new flavor and taste from Bratz, they're just pulling it away. And it's like, what's the point of making all this hype, all this promotion, if you're only selling like a very limited edition of them? It doesn't make any sense. Again, it is probably just that marketing of Bratz's limited edition again, but it's not fun. Like, to impress, I just don't understand it, because again, like, the actual fans, we've been here. We've been with the drops, and my hair looks crazy. It's like, you're not impressing us, because like we've seen your fall, like, we've seen all your failures. Like, we're not impressed that you sold out of the collection because there's bots on the page. Or is it for investors? Is it for like a bottom line? Like, is it for like your own like cockiness? Like, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it, and maybe none of us and none of them ever care about us. But I like to think that one day the Bratz brand would think of who was there from the beginning. And I'm not saying that I was there from the beginning. I'm just saying, like, you should pretend to care about your fans a little bit. I don't know. Again, I'm just very upset about the whole thing and how it's been handled. I feel like, again, their response has been kind of unprofessional, of just being like, we don't really care, actually, LOL. Like, that sucks for you. Come back and buy more dolls from us. Let me know your guys' thoughts and feelings in the comments below about this whole situation. If you guys got the dolls, I want to know your thoughts and feelings on them, because I was so excited about them, but now I don't think I'm going to get any of them, so I'm really bummed about that. But, yeah, let me know your thoughts and feelings, and let's Ghoulchat in the comments below. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching and chatting with me today. Again, I feel like I'm kind of missing some points, but overall, very upset. But yeah, I don't know. Thank you guys, though, so much for watching, and I love you guys, and I will see you guys very soon. Love ya. Bye, everybody.